Welcome to JohnG TV. And today on JohnG TV, we'll be simply reviewing the amplifier. Welcome to JohnG TV. Yes, we're here with Elektron, the Digitakt. And we're just going to follow up. We're going to do the continuation. Last video you just saw, hopefully you saw that one. I did the filter review. Now I'm going to go ahead and give a review on this amp. And what's my thoughts on that? Because to me, it starts with the filter after you got your source put in. I kind of start with the filter, typically, and then amp sometimes, and then from there the source and the play mode, and then from there you go down to your effects with the delay and reverb, and then you, for me anyways, I kind of bounce around from there as I'm dialing in and crafting my sounds. But if this is your first time here, you're new to the channel, you're like, who is this guy? What is this? This is JohnG TV, and I am John G. Now, there's a little disclaimer that I must put out there for you. It has become world famous. And it goes like this. This is not for your cell phones. This is not for your laptops or your tablets. You're going to have to put your headphones on. Your hi-fi deck. 'Cause this here is like that. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Let me go ahead and play this beat I had going, this little sequence. All right, I got up a blank patch. So that's the stock, the number one. So everybody that has this can, load this up. But this is that stock kit that's gonna come with all the patterns when you go to a new pattern. So that kick is already nice, but let's see what happens when I cut this overdrive up. It's hitting hard too, but it's not distorted, it's clean. Look at that, that's 98%. Whew. It's like a lot of that bass is coming through on the highs too, because it's coming through my my, whatever you want to call them, right now we're listening to this through a system by Clips, the THX. You are now deaf. That joint to be in the theaters. I got one of them joints. It's the little 2 small speakers and then the woofer. So the woofer is hitting, but really it's making my top speakers hit real hard too. But at the same time, it's not distorting. Ooh, wait, that's nasty. Okay, so check out this stock snare. This is, I believe, sample number 2. So watch how it does this. Look at this. This is whack right here. I mean, you gotta put some kind of effect on that because it actually sounds good, but it doesn't. It's too low, and the volume is up, so it's not a volume thing. Alright, so that's the overdrive. The overdrive is whatever sound it is going to push the, I don't know. I really like this overdrive. It doesn't distort it. It's very clean. Again, like I was saying with the filter, by it being clean, that's the best way I can put it. Like it's driving that sound and it's not distorted at all. So I mean, I really like the overdrive. Let's check out this clap. Yo, this is a very, very nice overdrive. I mean, it really does push that sound through and make it hit, you know, but again, without making it lose its character. I like how on the reverb on here, I like how, which is kind of, you know, this is, even though this is because really the amp is really just an overdrive, not to mention you got your ADSR, so you can which is really different to have the attack hold decay feature on a overdrive. I'm imagining for people that got pedals, that's probably a standard in overdriving on pedals. I'm imagining. I really don't know. I don't have any. I have a distortion pedal, but I don't have any overdrive pedals, and I'm really not big on pedals, period. I'm starting to get into it, so maybe this is standard, but I don't know. It seems pretty slick to be able to dial in. Again, if you're into sound designing, these tools are right in line with what I would think you would want and would like. But being able to take the overdrive instead of it hitting. So it's almost like with the attack, you can dial back the volume a little bit, but still have that solid character of that overdrive. So next time you're trying to dial in that volume, instead of using the volume or using the overdrive to bring down the tone, maybe try the attack to kind of shape the sound so you can still get that punch, but lower the volume a little bit. man, yeah, that's dope. So then back to the reverb. I mean, I probably should do it on its own separate video. But when it's off, and I like how you can dial in, you know, just what you need to all the way to undeniable reverb. The reverb, I really like rolling. I dare say rolling. Yes, rolling. I like a lot of their reverbs I've had on previous gear. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Yamaha, is that Yamaha, right? Motif? I have a Motif. It seems like everything on there, all the stock sounds had reverb in it, and I used to hate that because I didn't like that sound that it made, and I would always, you know, try to dial it away or pull it back. But there is a difference in how the reverb sounds. I like how on this one you can kind of just really dial in a minute amount just to give it a little bit of character without having to go too far, or you can go all the way, you know, crazy with it, and you can still have that, you know, that kind of a soft character to it, to the reverb, versus like rolling reverbs is kind of hard in my opinion. Like they reverb is has a harder resonance. Like, I don't know if that makes sense what I'm trying to say, but they hit harder. So this one, I don't know. I like how you can just dial in and really craft that sound. But overall, it's the way this box lets you sweep through the frequencies and just picks up every minute spot and offers you a new, you know, sonic palette, if you will. Like, this is what's up for sound design. And when you're making your beats, I mean, to be able to really dial that in like that, that's nice. So this video won't be as long. I mean, like I said, I just wanted to go over the amplifier, which is basically, I mean, it is, so I can, because it's a different, so yeah, we can do effects differently, because the amplifier page, which is different from the delay page and the reverb page, so I can do an amplifier by itself and talk about the delay too. Again, I like how you can dial in just what you need. Like right there, you can barely hear that second hit. It's almost like the same hit, just like the back end of it or something. Now you start to get there. You see how I go up every... Let's go to the 50s. full blast. Got your panning. Panning is pretty basic. I mean, I don't know how else you can freak the panning, but you know, that's, now they could have somehow put ADSR on the panning. I don't know if that's possible, but somehow make it so that it modulates a certain way on the I mean, I know you can modulate panning itself and have something bouncing back and forth. Because on my core I can definitely do that. The LFO, you can do that with panning, I'm sure. We ain't on that though. Yeah, so I was saying that it has to be a way. I'm sure there's a way to do what I'm thinking on here. I just, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't necessarily know how to perform that to make the panning modulate with the LFO, but I'm certain that in the LFO screen, but we'll go over that later. I don't want to cross my videos, but so yeah, this the amp, the delay. The delay, how do I feel about the delay? The delay definitely, especially when you go to beat making, it adds its value when you go to playing with that play mode and you start, to me, the delay is what I do kind of like after the fact, and when I add it in, I'm always like, you know, blown away by what I'm hearing, because it's going to add the depth or that little character to it that just makes it from, okay, this is nice, to this is dope, this is real